just one game without McQueen. You know, there's still depth and talent and experience, but it takes a little bit of a toll on you. As you can see, the officials, Anthony Robinson, Nina Corbin, and Charlie Stein, our trio out there today. Tip is up to the Utes. And here we go, wearing the white unis. Neepkins on the drive, and she's hounded by Merchant. That's a great sign for the Utes as Torre brings the big D out and sticks the 3-ball.
Great start offensively for Utah. Excellent dribble penetration, which led to a wide open 3 by Torre, who has that ability to space the floor.
Starting 5 for the Cougars, Ogman, Cook, Blair, to go with McFarland, a former Ute. And then Merchant, we talked about her with the ball right there. She was lighting it up from the perimeter. This is a Houston team averaging about 6 threes per game. It's not the bread and butter, but very capable.
Yeah, they have a variety of players who have the ability to score in bunches. And the main thing is that they need to do it in the context of the game and the system and not try to go one-on-one consistently.
Second start of the season for Maddie Wilkie without McQueen. She filled in the starting role, the junior, to go with Vieta, Neepkins, Toure, and Johnson. Ines Vieta in particular, a player that Coach Huey for Houston said she's the snake of the head. She's the head of the snake, rather, of this Utah team, and we've got to try to slow her down.
And both offensively and defensively, Ines does a fantastic job of setting the tone and the pace.
Crossover dribble, that one rattles around. That's Gigi Cook. Didn't get it to go. Neepkins back and forth, and excellent topside D, tipping it away. That was Ogman, but the kick out by the Utes. Wilkie off the back of the iron. Houston wanted to push. Drive is up, the bank no good. Neepkins able to get back. Both teams emphasizing transition defense, as both teams will try to push when they can.
Early on, both have done a good job of getting back in transition until now. You cannot leave open three-point shooters if you're Houston. Find your spacing and shooters.
So tough to guard. You got to have transition D. You got to guard the 3 as well. Big areas of focus, right? Maddie Wilkie will bring it up. It's been a fast pace so far. Torre had an exceptional game at Iowa State. I love the baby hook on the baseline.
Torre again showing her versatility, the ability to post up on a low block. McFarland was playing right behind her, so she was one-on-one on the low block and has a beautiful touch on that baby hook.
It's so hard to defend. You're typically going to foul the player because their entire body is between you and the ball.
So much spacing with that hook. Good help side by Wilkie.
Pick and roll. The pass a little bit short by Ogman, as Peyton McFarland really lucky to even get her hands on it. It's tipped away.
Yeah, if you're Ogman, you want to get a little bit more air on that pass. Watches, again, Torre does an excellent job on the low block. She's going to have a nice one-on-one battle with McFarland all afternoon long.
Maya Torre, 5, and Houston, nothing so far. Neepkins with skip. Oh, the anticipation perfect. Kiera Merchant with the block. Defense trying to create some offense, and they do. Big time play.
This is when Houston's at their best, converting defense into offensive action. Layla Blair, Kiera Merchant, they both are excellent out in transition.
Blair with the bucket moves into 3rd all-time in scoring at Houston, as Johnson on the D from behind tips it away from Ogman.
Good job by Jenna Johnson and sprinting back and getting back in transition.
Defense creating opportunities for Houston is exactly what Coach Huey talked with us about. He said, look, our offense, we've had injuries, we've had a variety of different lineups, but defense can always be there to create things right there, an opportunity.
When you want to win against a quality team on the road, it is all predicated on your defensive effort. You need to be able to get those easy looks out in transition, which is where Houston is at their best.
Yep, because the offense will come, he said, and it's not always going to be consistent when you don't have a consistent lineup and rotation. They're trying to get healthy, probably about as healthy as they've been all season. They're missing their #1 and #2 players out for the rest of the season. 3 players out completely for the whole season, so everybody else has been kind of in and out as well.
Coach's nightmare of just not being able to rely on the players that you think are going to be there at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, you hope you don't have to go past plans A and B, and they've had to go past
C and D.
To C and D and a few others. As Utes trying to push tempo, the D getting back, and Houston able to corral it.
Utah's done a nice job of forcing Houston to slow it down here in their half court.
Utah with the 5-0 start, and now a bit of a scoring drought for them as Houston has gotten out. That one doesn't go for Leilani Ogman, the redshirt senior. Her 10th start of the season. Neepkins, the fake one-way, drive the other. Defense came over, but just not quite in time.
Great backdoor cut by Neepkins and great hands in traffic to be able to catch that ball and finish over 2 defenders.
5 transfers, a lot of new pieces. Hands in the passing lane, that's Vieta.
That's exactly what Coach Huey was talking about. Vieta is so active on both ends. And a great pass there in transition. You gotta love Tori running the floor.
Perfect placement by Vieta, finding Tori the look ahead. Tori keeping it above her head, and it's a 6-point lead for the Utes to start this first quarter.
A little to the left, please. Thank you. A little more.
Oh, I'm okay.
Get your money working. And for a limited time, get 0% interest for 6 months when you open a new Visa credit card at America First.
Next year, and right now the story is Utah. It created some history as well.
Well, regular season, co-champ with Stanford. The Utes beat the highest-ranked opponent they've ever
Alyssa Healy, University of Utah.
Giving Gavin Peterson his first win as a brand new head coach.
If teamwork is part of you, if passion is part of you, if dedication is part of you, if compassion is part of you, if purpose is part of you, if caring is part of you, be part of University of Utah Health.
The University of Utah lives in a thriving college city called Salt Lake. A very short train ride puts you in the heart of downtown, where you can dine, shop, and play. Go the other direction, and you're in the mountains, biking, hiking, or skiing. Only Utah lets you heed the call of a vibrant city or the beauty of the mountains.
Back in Salt Lake City, and Layla Blair for Houston becomes the 3rd all-time in scoring for the Cougars, coming in with 1,751, now 1,754 career points, Angela, and another 3 for her. Just needs 10 to become the all-time leader in three-pointers made.
It's so good to see Layla Blair back in the lineup for this Houston Cougars team. She's a differentiator for them because she can space the floor and is such a dominant scorer. When she has the ball in her hand, she is consistently looking to put the ball in the hoop.
Yep, just past Sonia Watkins, and she's a vocal leader. You can see her coming out of the huddle. She's talking to her team. She's been with this team for 5 seasons now, the grad student from Houston, Texas, and she's been a starter since she was a freshman. So you talk about bringing experience, she brings it.
She brings a lot of experience, the leadership that Coach Huey talked about, the presence on the floor, and battling through an injury that is not easy to get through. It's probably going to be lingering all season long.
Yeah.
Really great to see her on the floor and doing well.
Yeah, it sure is. Missed a couple of games early in the season. She's one of many that missed a few for a variety of different reasons. There's Aaliyah Love, who's checked in, so he's going to the bench. That's Ashley Chevalier on the drive. She gets fouled, so bringing a little energy off the bench after the timeout.
Yeah, Chevalier does a nice job of putting the ball on the floor and attacking the paint. Utah was out of their rotation a little bit. Watching she puts the ball on the floor, and Vieta, who typically does a great job of getting ahead of the offensive penetrator just had a little bit of body contact, and just want to send a shout out to Ashley Chevalier and her family. She's from Southern California, went to Sierra Canyon High School. We've heard that her family is doing well, but we know that so many people there in Southern California and their families are struggling right now with those fires.
Oh, there's no doubt about it, and it's affecting so many, and certainly our hearts go out to everyone going through it. 1 for 2 from the line for Chevalier. Jenna Johnson posting up, reading the D, and a perfect feed from Wilkie.
Utah is feasting in the paint right now. They already have 8 paint points on the game, and that's because they are pounding the ball inside, whether it's on dribble penetration or getting it to Johnson and Torre on the low block.
Yeah, other than the 1-3 by Torre, everything else has been right inside. That's what they like, one or the other. Help D coming over. Neepkins draws the charge. Good help rotation by the Utes.
And that's what we see from this Utah team defensive system. They do a great job of rotating and getting into help side position. A great job by Neepkins of sacrificing her body. Great dribble penetration, and Neepkins was there early and on time. You want to make sure that you are moving with the ball and that your defensive players are on a string, and that is what we've seen early on from Utah.
Gavin Peterson going to his bench, lots of fresh legs on. Brooke Walker, number 3 in white. You got Reese Ross up top, and you've also got Grace Foster out there. Crisp is on the interior. Samantha Crisp, the junior. Skip all the way across, ball faked by Vieta. Good ball movement by the Utes. And the shot clock down to 3, you gotta recognize. And just barely getting the shot off. Crisp all over the O boards, another chance.
That is what Samantha Crisp does. As soon as she comes off the bench, creating a second chance opportunity. Love the fact that Samantha Crisp consistently attacks the offensive glass, and that led them to an easy second chance opportunity by Vieta.
She's just a hustle play specialist, isn't she? She's always the trailer running the floor. She's on the O boards.
We talked about at the outset that Chris is one of those players who's going to have to step up in the absence of Neepkins. Or excuse me, in the absence of Kenny McQueen.
Good read on the screen there from Blair as the defense sagged off, and she stepped right up and hit it. This grad student averaging 12 a game. Vieta kicks it out. Foster off the iron.
A good look, great dribble penetration by Vieta. Created an open look. Continue to do that. They want to get into that paint, attack the paint, and play inside out to get those 3-point shots.
2:20 remaining this first quarter. It's been a fast pace. Both teams trying to push. Peyton McFarland on the O board. Almost had it and then taken away. Utah now with numbers. And only momentarily, the risky pass. Oh, and the travel call, though, is just trying to make something happen a little too quickly. The defense getting back and not allowing it.
Great transition defense by Houston right there. And Vieta, again, attacking the paint. As the Houston's coaching staff has talked about, Vieta is so potent. And there's just Layla Blair, a talented scorer, able to score at all 3 levels.
There's Love, the grad student transfer from Louisville this year, one of those 5 transfers in.
Utah really extending their defense and forcing Houston off the 3-point line.
And excellent defense there by Walker to force the turnover. Ross out and running. And it's tipped out of play, and good defense, 2-on-1, and that was a stop there by Love.
Nice job by Love of getting back in transition. It looked like it was a sure layup with that 2-on-1 advantage. Great defense leads to that transition opportunity. Ross did a good job of attracting the defender, but Love did a great job of being able to defend 2 players. That is not easy to do.
She sure did. She really split the 2 and made it a much more difficult pass. Vieta into Crisp, a hounding D, starting to swarm out to Vieta, around and no good, and the rebound down to Love.
Chevalier did a nice job in that possession, being everywhere, defending the ball and the reversal.
Wow, Gigi Cook got twisted and clobbered on the interior. The foul's going to go against the Utes, the team's second.
Well, look for Houston to try to attack the paint a little bit more in their half-court offense. They've been shooting a lot of jumpers, pull-up jumpers and 3-pointers. But as she was penetrating the paint, Chris just got a little handsy there as she tried to close the gap.
So that's where you're going to have a chiropractor appointment after that one, Angela.
Absolutely.
I feel like I need one right now. Baseline jumper, that one won't drop for Bostock. Utah pushing, D trying to get back. Foster hesitating, sticks it.
Chevalier tried to get the charge called on that play with Neekins. Again, another 2-on-1 fast break opportunity, and that time the advantage played out for Utah.
And I love the assist numbers. Looking to make the extra pass. 1 minute left, first quarter. Good high screen. Love tried to kick it out, and instead the takeaway by the Utes.
Utah taking away all driving lanes.
Neepkins, no hesitation, steps up, off the mark, and bringing it down. Good rebound by Cook. She's working hard.
You can tell Cook is grunting a little bit.
What's exactly what Coach Huey told us. He said, what I love about this group is they never quit. They have continued to work hard. They've been hit with so much adversity, and they never give up on each other. About a 4-second differential, shot clock, game clock. Bodies colliding inside, and it comes down to Utah. Neepkins, clock winding down in the lane. Can't get it to drop, and a quick first quarter in the books. With the largest, doing a lot of good things. Their assist numbers to 5 assists on 7 made field goals. They love that ratio.
They love sharing the ball, and for Houston, already 6 turnovers. They only turn the ball over 14 times a game on this season. Against Utah, you cannot turn the ball over.
See if the Cougars can find some answers. They finally get to work it inside to Peyton McFarland, 5th year out of Boise, Idaho.
Look for Houston to emphasize points in the paint here in the second quarter. They have to pound the ball into the paint to McFarland and try to get some dribble penetration.
Yeah, that was an area that Utah really capitalized on. Their first points in the paint for Houston, that bucket by McFarland, her first points of the game. Wilkie trying to get a little closer, picks up the dribble.
Great defense. Great defensive effort by Houston on that play.
And what did Coach say? Coach Huey said, got to start with the D. The rest will come. Farland in the high post, shot won't go.
Colin has the ability to hit that shot. You would love to see some ball reversal there to get the Utah defense moving.
Hounding defense by the Cougars. It's got to be there, and you can see Coach Huey's going to go to the bench. Like, give it your all. Bring somebody in for you. They're working hard.
Both teams are going to go deep in their bench.
Torrey said, I was open for just a moment, and the defense able to recover. Wilkie trying to stay with Gigi Cook.
Utah doing a nice job of not letting Houston's perimeter players turn the corner.
Cook getting the start today, her 8th on the season, and the jumper behind the arc is good. Give credit to Chevalier.
Yeah, and she runs back limping a little bit, so with a grimace on her face, but again, opening it up by getting points in the paint will open that 3-point lineup for Houston.
Transfer from Texas Tech, and now the D forcing the turnover, and Coach Huey hopping up and down, loving his Enterprise team.
Just saw a great offensive possession by Houston. Dribble penetration, be able to get the ball on a low block. And if the defense is trying to go behind that screen, you're going to have a wide open 3. But I love the energy from the bench and the coaching staff on Houston from that defensive stop.
Utah had struggles with early turnovers against K-State the other evening, and they gave up too many points off of them. Don't want to see that happening here. If you're a Utes fan. High screen for Cook, works it to the baseline. That one won't drop. Had a good look though, did Leilani Ogman. Neepkins trying to lose the D. And then realizing she did. Jumper off the mark though.
Well, Houston's holding Utah to 1 shot at the basket for a majority of their possessions, which is a victory.
It's a 5-0 start to this quarter as Toure knocked to the hardwood and finally into the hands of Vieta, but the defense back and waiting. Oh, quick hands and wishing she had that one back. Love the hustle by Merchant.
And that is not easy to do. You don't see Vieta get her pocket picked very often. We got a good game here in Salt Lake, 15-11. Utah's up. Yeah.
That was weird. I saw him going off the floor, though. I was like, oh, I think they're going to be good.
Here's the Utah dance team, everybody!
Okay. We are. What do we need? Halftime. Okay.
We've got some technical difficulties. We're sorry about that. Our sound machine just conked out on us right before they
12-2 paint points.
But we've got the cheer team out here for you.
Cheer team. Okay. Okay.
Cheer team.
I was trying to high five Sweet.
Gotta be like the kids.
I know, right? And they'd be ignored. Just under 7 minutes remaining here in Salt Lake City in this first half as we take a look at the numbers on the season. And then today, Houston coming in shooting 37%. They've had a tough time getting the offense going. Finally got some points in the paint. Angela, for Utah, they've been pretty much everything inside.
Yeah, as you see right here, Utah's trying to find ways to generate offense. They have not been able to get any three-point looks. Houston did an excellent job of running them out that three-point line. Utah just 1 for 7 right now from the three-point line. They have to be patient in that offense and get the ball reversing, attacking the paint, and some ball movement.
1 of 7 behind the arc for the Utes. 2 for 3 from outside for Houston. Help defense, the rotation's been good by the Cougars. Their recovery even better as that one so close. Torre trying to clean it up. And then Wilkie on the other weak side lays it up good. Too many chances for the Utes.
Great effort on the offensive glass by Wilkie and Torre. It was an excellent defensive possession by Houston. They're cluttering the paint. They're running shooters off the three-point line, making it really difficult for Utah to get easy looks.
Second chance opportunities. Utah taking advantage.
You see every time a guard turns the corner, Torre or Chris is staring them down and not letting them get to the rim.
Blair had another nice look. That one just short, using the screen. She's got a calming presence about her. Torre, Euro step, gets the shooter's touch.
Torre's mid-range game has a calming presence about it. Excellent touch. Really difficult for a big to be able to put the ball on the floor, stop on a dime, and have a nice floater with beautiful touch like that.
Grad student out of France, and shot selection and the understanding of the system have really improved for her as the season's gone along.
Torre has all the tools in her toolkit. It's just doing it consistently is what's standing out to me.
Wilkie not able to stay with Blair, and Blair able to finish.
One of the first times they were able to get to the rim, turn the corner, because they had Torre and the post players at the top of the key.
Yeah, she had a good look. 7 points for Blair. She leads the Cougars. defenders sagging inside, not giving many more paint looks for the Utes as Vieta kicks it out. Johnson squares it up off the back of the rim. And Vieta trying to knock it off Blair. Instead, it'll go the other way.
You can never give up on any play because Vieta's always going to be there. But excellent job by Torrey. Just see her versatility, the ability to put the ball on the floor and shoot a nice floater. An excellent job by Blair. She is a versatile scorer. She hit some threes and some jumpers, mid-range jumpers early on, now able to get to the rim.
All Big 12 honorable mention last year. And 29 starts on the season, led the team averaging 16 points per game. But a lot of new looks with just 3 basically starters back from a season ago and kind of 2+ starters really.
When you know that 2 of your top scorers are out, everyone else has to step up, and that's an adjustment to make.
It sure is. Aaliyah Johnson out with the Achilles. Definitely would have been a starter this season. And Kateri Poole, the transfer from LSU, as well as Avalon Miller, redshirt senior, both out with knee injuries.
Great help side defense as Gigi Cook comes over and just forces that turnover as Wilkie is facing a double team on the baseline.
6th turn of the game for Utah, 6 of them for Houston as well. Neither team giving up a lot, though. Utah able to get 4 points off of them, and stutter step by Cook will be a travel and give them their 7th.
Just got a little bit anxious there. Didn't put the ball on the floor before she was trying to come off that screen. The best thing about that was it's not a live ball turnover, which is where Utah is most potent, coming off those live ball turnovers and getting out transition.
Missed last year with the knee injury, had to sit out and watch, but they said she's become a better leader in communicating because you sit on that sideline, you're going to learn some things. Oh, and finally, a much-needed 3-ball for the Utes. That time, Neepkins, just the 2nd of the game. They were 1 for 9 prior to that make.
And Cook was a little bit late rotating over and coming out to contest that shot. We can't give Neepkins much time, and she'll get it off.
Houston wants one right back. The skip across is good. Gigi Cook with a 3-ball.
As they say, 3s follow 3s. I see what you can do. I can do it better.
Toure, pretty finish and touch.
Her full arsenal is on display today, Toure. One-on-one on the low block. If you play behind her, she has the ability to shoot a pull-up jumper, turnaround jumper, or a nice baby hook over you.
Such a mature player. The transfer from Rhode Island. Played 4 years there. Kick out, Blair, another one, back-to-back 3-balls. And that'll cut into the deficit quickly.
Gigi Cook doing some nice things on both ends of the court. Great dribble penetration and kicked it out for Blair's wide open 3. Good help side.
Not gonna give it to her though, as I think she started to move maybe just a little bit. And Coach Huey's saying, wait a minute, what's she gotta do?
Great call by the officials. There's a little bit of contact, but she embellished a little bit on that, that flop.
Toure with 13 points this first half, 6 of 9 shooting. Blair, the only Cougar with double figures. She has 10. Love in the paint, high banker, good.
She kind of shrugged a little bit, wasn't expecting that bank shot, but the bank is open here on Saturday afternoon in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, she just needed 1 to go. She was 0 for 3 before that. Just over 2 minutes left in this first half.
When you see the coaching staff imploring Houston to get their hands up, high hands, and defend those passing lanes.
Well, that was the right decision by Toure to kick that back out. Vieta shot though well off the mark. Just under 2 minutes left. It's a 5-point game.
Feels like both teams are settling in, particularly in the half-court offense.
Houston 4 of 5 behind the arc. They averaged 6 threes a game, but they had 10 of them at BYU the other evening. It was such a close game. Tough first quarter for them as that one trickles over for Love. The first quarter killed them. They basically won almost the rest of the way the other 3 quarters, but they just dug too big of a hole.
Yeah, and that first quarter against BYU, Houston was turning it over left and right, just unforced turnovers, and that led to BYU getting some runouts. They've done a better job of taking care of the ball here in the second quarter, which is allowing them to get into their half-court system. And that was a beautiful move by Love right there at the free throw line. Pump fake, dribble drive.
Hey, coming up at halftime, we'll sit down with Utah head coach Gavin Peterson almost 2 months after taking over the program from Lynn Roberts, and you'll hear from him on his journey to his dream job and a special appearance from the people that made it the man he is today. And we're also going to hear from both coaches on both sides and stats and highlights all coming up here at halftime. It's been a fast first half, and what a game we've got. Utah all over the O boards, though, are giving themselves multiple opportunities.
Well, it feels like the intensity is ramping up by both teams.
7 O boards for the Utes compared to just 1 for Houston. And Neepkins off her foot into the hands of Houston, a chance to possibly tie.
Important possession here for both teams.
And the travel call is trying to get a little closer. Love, the transfer from Louisville this season out of Kansas City, Kansas.
Well, Love's had a couple good moments offensively. There it looks like she forced it a little bit and may have had an opportunity to pull the ball back out and reverse it.
A year at Louisville, 3 years at Georgia Tech prior to that. Has experience making her way to the NCAA tournament. And a foul call on Houston. It's going to be the team's 3rd, and it's going to be on Ogman, her 2nd, so she'll take a seat with 36 seconds left in this half. Ogman 0 for 3 shooting, averaging 6 points a game. Has not been able to get it going yet. Vieta needs some help. Wilkie, yeah, a little bit of a late whistle. Coach Shuey thought they got the steal.
Oh. Well, you can see how disruptive Houston is being. They're active and aggressive on the ball. They're getting out the passing lanes. They're doing an excellent job rotating over in the help side. That's causing Utah's perimeter dribblers, ball handlers to get out of their coverage zone.
We talk about energy players. I think Coach Huey's the example of an energy coach. Wow, he brings the energy on the sideline. Really enjoyed talking with him today. Wilkie turns around, nowhere to go, and tracking it down was crisp. It didn't hit rim. Oh, as Ross got clocked. Bostock thought she got the block, and the steal rather, and instead a foul call. Team's 4th. 2nd on her.
Well, really unfortunate for Houston because they're doing a great job defending, late in the possession, getting their high hands up, deflections, and just one of those plays, that deflection disrupted the timing on that attempt to get the steal.
Yeah, that one was close, but definitely I think there was some contact. It puts Ross to the line. First free throw good for the sophomore out of Rapid City, South Dakota.
Well, the first free throws for Utah right now. Houston's done a nice job of defending without fouling.
They have. They certainly have. It's been pretty physical. It's been fast, and neither team really getting to the line much. 2 apiece. Chance for the Cougars to cut into the 5-point deficit before this half winds down. Layla Blair calling the shots. Oh, and off the mark, trying to find Gigi Cook. And instead, out of bounds. And that's going to do it. A well-played first half. Which team brings it? You know, Houston took some momentum in at halftime. They hit 4 of their last 4 shots, but a bit of a drought, almost 3 minutes for Utah, no scoring. We'll see who can get it going here early.
A really important offensive possession from Utah coming out of halftime.
And a hand check up top. It's going to go against Gigi Cook. Just the first on her. Trying to slow down and stifle Ines Vieta. That's a tough task. She's really so quick.
The mosquito.
I love that. Senior out of Portugal.
Trying to run Neekins off that elevator play to get her an open look to get going.
Instead, Toure one-on-one, and again, little baby hook. I love the soft touch of Toure.
A really good, patient offensive possession by Utah and got back to their bread and butter. Toure one-on-one on the low block has been unstoppable today.
Beautiful touch to the shot, and now trying topside D to McFarland. Help D by Neepkins was right there.
Neepkins came over, and that really disrupted McFarland, who looked like she had an open look for a layup. Nice high-low.
Johnson, oh, good strong move, gets hit underneath, slow to get up. Vieta tracks it down. The shot from Wilkie won't go. And the rebound down, and hobbling just a little bit was Cook. Merchant steps it up, hits it.
And that's what Kiera Merchant has the potential to be able to do. She is another 3-level scorer, and we just haven't seen her get many scoring opportunities today. Just 1 for 3 from the floor.
You said it, threes follow threes. Neepkins comes back with one. And much needed for the Utes, but the one prior, Kiera Merchant, her first points of the game, coming off 23 points at BYU, 5 of 7 behind the arc down in Provo.
Utah's done a really nice job defending her. They're getting over screens. They're getting out, denying her the ball in the half-court offense.
There's McFarland again, the high-low. Neepkins is right there, and Torrey maybe got a little piece of it, and a good defensive stop by the Utes.
McFarland is sick of seeing Torrey and Neepkins on that double team.
Yeah, they've got the timing down, and Jenna Johnson trying to take it instead. Defense was right there to offensive opportunities. Cook with the finish.
That's exactly what Houston needs to do. They had no points off of Utah's turnovers in the first half. They did a great job defensively. They just couldn't convert into offense.
Yeah, finally able to transition it into a score. The cut from Wilkie without the ball. Helped D there, though, stopping it.
Utah really is emphasizing trying to get some paint touches, whether it's off the cut, off the dribble, or low block touches.
Houston defense really stands out to you. They've been sharp, they've been on it, and as Coach said, they just needed to execute then at the offensive end, but the defense has been good.
They really have. They have good length on the perimeter, solid size in the post, and they're doing a great job navigating screens and staying in front of their players.
Blair cut off by Johnson. Shot clock down to 1. They recognize it and barely got the shot off. As Neepkins stopped on the break. And hot potato up top. Torrey and Neepkins, and it lets the D get set. Wilkie back cut. Oh, good read. Dodging the D on the baseline.
Beautiful backdoor play by Wilkie. The defender was denying all the way out to the three-point line. That left the back door open, and a great finish with help side coming over.
4 points for Maddie Wilkie. She's so good at moving without the basketball, always doing something.
And that's one of the things that really Kennedy McQueen does so well. She's so active offensively, so they're going to need more motion and movement. And nice motion and movement by Houston. Blair is so confident a shooter.
Another 3 for them, but then transition bucket for the Utes.
Youth post players doing a nice job of getting out in transition. Nice assist there from Gianna Neepkins. An excellent job running the floor by Maya Torrey.
11 assists for the Utes. On 16 made field goals and 8th in the nation in assists per game. They love being unselfish.
This is when they're at their best, the Utah Utes, is when they are sharing the ball, not having to go one-on-one. They had to go one-on-one on Wednesday night against Kansas State. Tonight, we're starting to see a little bit more ball movement on offense. Great backdoor cut by Wilkie. Helpside came over and Gigi Cook, but a nice body control by Wilkie, and look for that to start to happen as the three-point line starts to open up for Utah.
Neepkins leads the Utes in scoring on the season, 17 a game. Today, just 8 points, but how about 5 assists and 6 rebounds? Defense has not been letting her get the looks, but she's finding her teammates.
You have to love that about Neepkins. They rely on her so much to be able to score the ball, but she's also very unselfish.
Oh, Love gets an and one opportunity, using her body against Torrey, and she'll go to the line.
Love getting a little bit of love from the backboard today. That's her second bank shot on the game. Does a nice job off the dribble, and her length, that step-through move, is able to cover quite a bit of ground on that step-through.
6 points for her, and she'll go to the line. Only 2 free throw attempts all day as that one rattled around and out. Brooke Walker back in for the Utes, Reese Ross as well.
Again, great ball denial by Houston's perimeter players.
They handle screens so well. They really work their way and work hard to get over them.
It's a great point, and Utah runs a lot of on-ball screens.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to navigate those screens all day long.
Neepkins, help D was there. Maybe got a piece of it, was Love. 4-point lead for the Utes. And so close was Merchant, and now batted away, not giving up on it. That was Love. You can thank her for that, but that shot won't drop. Oh. And just a little too aggressive trying to get the steal was Ogman. We'll take the timeout, just under 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. It's a 4-point Utah lead.
One more reason for Big O. Big O Tires has more than 460 locations nationwide. Chances are there's a location near you. Owned by someone in your neighborhood, we offer a wide range of diagnostic, repair, and routine maintenance services, backed by one of the best national service warranties, because everyone in our community deserves legendary care. Big O is the team you trust.
I can't express the importance of the donations that we get towards everything in our athletic department.
Every year you see somebody's life change.
It's an incredibly rewarding experience to know that you're supported by people who see the work that you put in.
Being able to have this opportunity and play for such an amazing fan base has been a dream come true.
Yeah, it's just thinking about that gives me a little goosebumps. It's the energy that gives us the extra push.
Hey, grab me one too.
Our vision changed everything. Superconductivity research at the University of Houston helped shape the modern world. But we didn't stop there. Today, UH researchers are still pushing the boundaries of what's possible with superconductivity. Faster transit, more efficient energy, better medical diagnostics. We're not just imagining the future, we're building it.
Swoop in the house here at the Huntsman Center in Salt Lake City. Getting the fans into it as well. We've had a good one. It's just a 4-point lead for number 22, Utah. As you take a look at the difference for Houston, they've gotten some good production off the bench.
Well, injuries have impacted both of these rosters. So what your quality depth, you're going to have to dig deeper into your roster. Houston's done a great job with Aaliyah Blair coming off the bench already with 6 points on the game, doing a really nice job on the offensive glass and defensively as well.
Yep. Excellent production. Blair in double figures, nobody else there just yet.
Nice high heads by Love.
And then the hands active in the takeaway. Chevalier asking for some contact, and she gets it, and they'll say it happened prior to the putback on the other side.
Well, and already early on in this third quarter, we're seeing Houston doing a much better job of being able to create those live ball turnovers that allow them to run out and get out in transition. In the first half, Utah did a great job of getting back in transition.
Yep. Yeah, they didn't convert or do much with them. They took away an opportunity, obviously, but here is Ashley Chevalier, the grad student, a 69% free thrower, transferred in this past year from Texas Tech. A starter for them and spent a couple seasons at Texas prior to that. Gets the second. She is not giving up on any play, any inbound, anything. She's right there.
And Ines Vieta isn't afraid of anybody at the point of attack, but Chevalier has done a nice job all game long on ball.
She has. She thought there was a push-up by Vieta there. They don't whistle either way. Neepkins, a long stride and the finish.
Beautiful step-through move by Neepkins. A nice Euro step to a certain extent around the defender. It looked like the defender had great position.
10 points for Gianna Neepkins. Neepkins trying to stay with Merchant, and a foul call instead. It'll be the 4th on the Utes, which could be a good thing for Houston.
Gianna is fantastic off the dribble. This is a beautiful move, not easy to do. Help side came over from Houston. All you can do. The offense was better on that play by Neepkins.
They list her at 6 feet, but she keeps the ball up high as well. She's got great length and just smart decision making as she sees and reads the D very well.
Neepkins never seems like she gets rushed.
Yeah.
She's always poised and polished and on time.
Oh, hesitation on the inside. Defense was there. Love gets stopped. Walker on the drive, pushing it as the defense went for a couple of steals and she took advantage.
Great job by Walker. Saw the defender Bostock come out and get a little bit too aggressive in the passing lane. That left the key wide open.
First points of the game for Walker, the freshman from Andover, Kansas. Vieta trying to take it away from Bostock. Ross was there, and wow, Bostock swarmed by every player on the floor.
It felt like 4 of the 5 Utah defenders had a chance to defend Bostock on that play.
Been talking so much about Houston's D. Finally, Utah kicks it up a notch at that end. So that one won't go. Long rebound, Vieta. She's an exceptional rebounding guard. Neepkins, right corner, rattles it down.
And the most effective three-pointers are off of offensive rebounds. The smallest player on the floor, and Ines Vieta did an excellent job. Utah on a 7-0 run over the last minute and a half. Up 10. They're heading into the last 3 minutes here in the third quarter.
You want to just take it out? Take it out of break? You can do it.
All right.
You can do it. 7-0 run. Yeah. Thanks to Neepkins. Where is she now? 13 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. I'm calling it triple-double watch.
Back or just like 7?
What?
Do I say something like welcome back?
Yeah, you can. Yep,
Okay.
yep. Utah extending their lead to 10 or something. You know. 7-0 run, whatever you want. Oh my God. That's funny. That guy's beard is red and white.
Welcome back to the Huntsman Center. We got a great ball game going on. Utah has extended their lead to 10 points on a 7-0 run, and the catalyst for that 7-0 run has been Gianna Neepkins. 13 points on the night, but she's filling up the stat sheet. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and she's doing it from all over the floor, showing her versatility. When you're trying to get back in the winning column, Krista, you need your winning players to make plays, and that's what Neepkins has been doing here.
You're right, Angela, and early on, they weren't making it easy on her. Houston was really stifling her. but as far as scoring goes, but then she was doing other things. How about a career high, those 8 rebounds and 5 assists to go with it? I'm keeping the triple-double watch on hand right here.
We are definitely on triple-double watch, and defensively, she's done a really nice job. You see her calling out the defensive system, talking to her teammates. Great floor general for Utah.
Yeah, they need her to continue that. We'll see if Coach Huey can make some adjustments and chip away at that deficit once again. And cut it down to a single possession, and then Utah out on the run, and it's batted around. It'll stay with the Cougars. That was McFarland keeping that alive, crashing the O boards.
And credit to Utah's defense. Houston's had some good scoring opportunities at the rim, but Utah's come over, double teams, contesting shots, and keeping them off the offensive glass.
Yeah, you're right. Good point. The length of their guards, Neepkins in particular on the help, Johnson as well at times. It's been a difference maker. Neepkins with a smaller defender, but will give it up to Walker. Long rebound. Guess who? Vieta.
Again, the smallest player on the floor. You just love her effort. You can just watch her from a distance. As soon as the ball goes up, Vieta is attacking the glass.
Always. Another chance, and again, another one. Back-to-back offensive rebounds for Ines Vieta.
The head of the snake, as Coach Huey described.
Yep. Tipped by Augman. It'll stay with the Utes. 10 on the shot clock with 1:52 remaining this quarter.
Well, if you are one of Vieta's teammates, you have to love the effort and the intensity. Every minute that she's on the floor, she's playing full throttle, gas, foot on the gas, and giving all-out effort.
Neepkins, McFarland was right there. Torre, another O-board. Reese Ross tips it out to Torre, and she gets fouled. The extra effort being given right now by Utah.
Yeah, Utah, 13 offensive boards, plus 10 on the game, and several second chance opportunities. Still up 9-0 in second chance opportunities. If you're Houston, you have to do a better job and emphasize boxing out.
Got to try to find a body. Easier said than done, as the first free throw no good for Torre, because the activity without the ball by Utah has really been good this quarter, and it's not easy to find those bodies.
It's really difficult to box out with those long threes.
8-0 run continues for the Utes. 1 of 2 from the line for Torre. She has 18 points. As Utah forces the turnover. 10 of them now for Houston.
Again, Utah getting out in passing lanes and not letting that entry pass be an easy, casual pass.
I love this matchup between these two here, Chevalier and Vieta. Torre by herself, left wing, instead into the hands of Vieta. Oh, and then lost her footing underneath, couldn't make the pass.
Well, Vieta with 6 rebounds on the game. It feels like about 4 of those rebounds are from the offensive end. When you're getting that type of productivity from your point guard, giving you second chance opportunities, that's what's leading to this double-digit lead.
Yeah, it sure is. 15 O boards for the Utes. Minute left, third quarter. And the largest lead of the game for Utah after Houston had gone on a run to start it. Defense stopping Cook on the drive. They'll say off Utah, stays with Houston.
We're seeing a contrast here. Utah's getting to the offensive glass, and on the other end of the floor, Utah's doing a great job of boxing out and containing those offensive rebounders on Houston's squad.
Inbound to Augman. She lost her foot, and she's slow to make her way back. That's an advantage for Utah if they can take it, but they aren't able to see it in time. Torre not quite there yet, pass too fast.
Yeah, it was a good idea by Walker, but Torre did not establish her low block position yet. She was going to be one-on-one. It was a good idea, just a little bit too soon on that pass.
Houston will set it up. 6-second differential, shot clock, game clock to wind down this third quarter. Gigi Cook, hesitation, needs some help. She's got McFarland in the paint. Shot just won't drop. McFarland's had a tough time, 1 of 6 shooting today. As Wilkie gets a good look, but can't get her legs under it, and that will do it.
It's at their best when they are sharing the ball, passing up those good looks for really great looks.
And for Houston, their defense has been problematic at times, but then they just got to find some offensive execution to go with it, or maybe they can get themselves to the line early in this one to help their cause. Neither team's really been able to get there much.
And you appreciate Houston. You know, they're not shooting the ball particularly well, but being aggressive, creating that contact, and as you said, getting stuff to the free throw line and seeing the ball go through the hoop. Credit to Utah's defense. They're using their own length on the perimeter to make it really difficult for Houston to turn the corner.
Yep, they certainly have. First one for Love, off the mark. The grab student out of Kansas City, Kansas. 74% free thrower. And gets the second. 7 points for Love. Hesitation from Neepkin opens up the left side. Neepkins with the hoop.
Digging deep into her bag of tricks right there, knowing that Houston's going to try to run her off the three-point line. She did a subtle little fake with the ball, a little hesitation that got all the way to the rim. Beautiful play by Neepkins.
She has ball fakes and body fakes down, and trying to hang outside with Cook is going to get called for the personal.
Again, for Neepkins, she doesn't really get rushed too often when she has the ball in her hands. She plays at a pretty rapid pace, but has the ability to change the pace, which is difficult to guard as a defender. And you just see that her versatility, great ball handling skills, the ability to shoot the ball from deep, and then certainly has done a great job this season at finishing.
She'll get a breather. Grace Foster back in, the freshman out of Perth, Australia. We're happy to have her back. Her 4th game on the season. She was out with an ankle injury earlier in the year.
And the coaching staff has just talked about Grace's basketball IQ.
Nice move by Kiera Merchant. She had an open look, but just not able to finish.
One of the most open looks that the Houston perimeter players have seen at the rim in the second half.
Yeah, sure is.
Nice.
Toure, bodies up, and good. The lefty layup for Toure, now up to 20 points.
We saw that basketball IQ for Grace right there. An excellent pass away from the defense that led Toure right into a drop step layup. It was a beautiful pass and a great finish.
Jumper on the wing for Cook, no good. And maybe a quick shot. That's one of the things that Coach Huey talked about, is that his team sometimes will get away from the game plan, the team game plan, as Toure could not stop her momentum. Good help D coming over and drawing the charge with Chevalier.
Chevalier's done a nice job all day on the ball. Does an excellent job coming over and giving up your body against the post player, as Toure had a nice kick out for a three-point shot.
Toure with the double-double, 20 points, 10 rebounds. She's been in double figures now 12 times this season. Love working against Johnson, too much on the shot, just didn't quite get her composure on the bucket.
Yeah, Utah's not letting them turn the corner and get those easy looks.
And Johnson calling forward inside, tries to get a little closer, squares it up good. Smart decision by Jenna Johnson.
Really nice job of Johnson using her pivot foot and creating a little bit of contact to create space for that nice left-handed floater.
Using the screen up high, the shot from Cook won't go.
Really nice job right here with Jenna Johnson, one-on-one against a smaller defender. Uses that little shoulder shrug to create space. Merchant wanted a foul call, but Utah is playing really well from the offensive end. 51-35, up 16, and on a 6-0 run as we head into 7 minutes left here in the fourth quarter.
Let's talk Toure. Well, I don't care, but I would like to. Let's talk Toure.
Yeah,
I don't think we've talked with her. I mean, we can get our parlez-vous français out. Come on.
triple and double-double.
Angela's fluent in French. I mean, come on.
Oui.
Oh, yeah, okay. Chevalier, she's on the bench. She's wearing a boot. She's not playing because she did her Achilles. Sorry, my bad. She is playing. 25. Never mind. Ignore me. Oh, that's kids from Salt Lake, though, the kid with the boot. Okay. Oh, Kylie Ray. Yep, you're right. .7:43 remaining in the ball game here in Salt Lake City. Largest lead of the game for number 22 Utah over Houston. And we were thinking about all of those in the Los Angeles area. And if you'd like to help those affected by the California wildfires, your donations would enable the Red Cross to prepare for and respond to and help people to remove them from these disasters. You can donate at redcross.org/ESPN. There's also the QR code right there. So many in need, and they're getting some really positive support, Angela, but it's going to take a lot. They're far from being finished with all of it.
Yeah, the devastation and destruction that we're witnessing is historic, and so thoughts and prayers out to all those affected. I know that for this moment, there's 2 hours that you get a chance to watch basketball. Yeah. It may be an escape for the players and the families and friends that are affected by those fires.
Yeah, it's hard to take that off your mind. It's absolutely completely consuming.
It's one of the things that we love about sports is that it does provide people a chance to come together. Yeah. And hopefully, if you all do get a chance to use that QR code to be able to donate time, money, clothing, whatever, a lot of people are in need.
Yeah, they certainly are. Utah trying to get their 4th win in conference play. Houston looking for their 1st in the Big 12. That one won't go. Vieta almost the O-board instead. Houston gonna push and spotting up. That's Cook. Quick shot won't go, and the rebound to Vieta. Now Utah outrunning.
And this is what Coach Huey talked about. He doesn't want Utah's pace to dictate Houston's pace, and they're trying to match that transition game, and they're not as good at it as Utah is right now.
And one for Jenna Johnson. Wilkie picked the dribble up, and Jenna Johnson helped her out.
That's great to see from Jenna Johnson. The last 2 plays, she's really done a nice job with the physicality. Excellent job of attacking the paint by Wilkie, and a better cut by Jenna Johnson. Great hands in traffic, and an excellent finish with contact.
Johnson with 6 points, trying to add to it, 4 rebounds. And can't get the 3-point play. Senior out of Medina, Minnesota.
And we saw in pregame Johnson do a lot of work with the physical therapist and strength and conditioning coach, and it's prepared her for those last 2 plays where she's been able to take on the contact and finish. Yeah,
it's something she asked specifically to work with Lindsay Kirschman, the director of sports performance, and they get this big band, and she just pulls and gets tugged and works on starts and stops. She's got great hands also.
Great hands and great eyes. Nice job right there. Was double teamed on the low block with Jenna Johnson. Did an excellent job of finding the post player who was diving to the rim. 17 assists now on 24 field goals made from Utah. This is when they're playing their best.
Toure with 22 points, 12 rebounds. And those 12 rebounds, the most she's had since wearing a Utah uniform. So season high for her. Neepkins is back in, so is Walker and Ross. Blair, she was really active in the first half, been kind of quiet in the second, and good hands by Ross. She gets the takeaway.
And Utah made some great defensive adjustments against Blair at halftime.
Oh, and the push up court. Wilkie finally getting her hot hand warmed up.
Yeah, an excellent job. Neepkins now handling the ball at the point guard. Nice job in transition. If you're not going to come out and guard their Utah shooters, they're going to make you pay.
Fifth three of the game for the Utes, and for Wilkie, her first of the game. Season high tying for Neepkins, her 6th assist in this one. Foul's going to go against Ross. That's going to be
battle there. Could have gone either way. It looked like Ross had inside position and a good box out, but she got called for a foul.
4th team foul, so with 5:38 remaining, another one would give bonus to Houston. Could be a big plus for them as squeezing that one up. Cook gets the bucket.
Finally, Cook able to turn the corner. Still had help side coming over and was able to get that nice little runner over some perimeter defenders.
7 points for Cook. Neepkins, the kick out. High archer, swish. Brooke Walker.
Well, Neepkins again at the point of attack offensively is so unselfish, doing a really good job of navigating in the middle of the floor and creating that open opportunity for perimeter shooters and Walker.
5 points for the freshman. With 5 minutes left in the game. Blair trying to get an open look at the backboard. Instead, it's a fast break opportunity for Utah. And a nice job by the D to get back.
Yeah, Ogman did a good job of getting out on Walker, otherwise she would have had an open three.
Oh, but the quick back cut, Walker, 3 before that, and a layup right there.
Utah's players have done a great job here in the second half of cutting to the rim. Houston's been getting out, defending, and in passing lanes, and the best thing to do against an aggressive defense in the passing lanes is to go back door. Post players, perimeter players for Utah all doing a good job of cutting back door. And Neepkins just in transition. She got a little bit antsy, thought she was going to have a three-point shooter, but great job by Ross keeping the dribble alive, and a better job by Walker going back door for that layup.
18-2 run for the Utes, and Angela, they've only given up 3 points this quarter so far.
Well, that defense has been able to convert into offense. Defensively, they're swarming. When Vieta was on the floor at the point of attack, she was all over the place navigating screens. And Utah's done a great job of protecting the paint defensively, not letting Houston get some of those easy paint touches and looks that they had in the first half.
Yep, there are the numbers for Gianna Neepkins. 15 points, 9 boards, 7 assists, and 4:42 remaining in the game.
Making it look effortless.
Yeah.
She's barely breathing hard right there, but it shows her versatility with Vieta going to the bench, of Neepkins being able to assume the point guard duties and handling it in transition as well as running the offense in the half court.
Honorable mention, All-American last year with the WBCA and a 2-time first-team All-Pac-12 member. But you can feel the game really slow down for her in her junior season. Had to sit and watch a lot of it last year from the sidelines with 8 starts, then the foot injury sidelined her.
Yeah, you never want to see players get injured. Injuries are the worst part of sports. But players like Neepkins take advantage of it, using it to work on their body. She got much stronger over the last year, and then she was able, from a mental standpoint, to see the game from a different perspective and that of the coach.
Yep, you can see it with her play. Help D. Ross gets the steal. And almost a takeaway by Love. Crisp pick, roll. Oh, help D, and just not quite there and taking the brunt of it. That was Gigi Cook.
Well, that was a nice pass on the pick and roll from Neepkins. That was not an easy pass to make, but excellent job of coming over and help side. Just a little bit late with that. Nice pass, great roll to the basket by Chris. Just if you're Gigi Cook, she's been on the floor all day long.
Oh, she took a lot of contact on that one, and then to not get it to go your way, it's hard to go. Wilkie loses the D, splits 3.
Wilkie has had a couple of plays today where she's shown that body control on the baseline, being able to avoid the perimeter defender coming over and help side.
9 points for Wilkie, her second start on the season. You know, it's a different mindset when you're a starter compared to coming in off the bench as well. It takes some time to get used to this role, and it took her a little bit to get going in this one.
Well, mindset is the perfect word to use in that. Is when you're coming off the bench, you're able to watch the game and see what's happening, see what you can do when you come on the floor. And Wilkie is one of those players who fills all the gaps. She can do whatever you need. She's a utilitarian. As a starter, right, they're expecting you to actually come out, be really aggressive from the start, look for you to score a little bit more. She certainly has the capability of scoring more, but it is a different mentality that you have to assume.
It sure is. Eepkins out. Grace Foster back in and to the line. The aggressive drive and the foul call goes Gigi Cook's way. She gets the first.
Well, and credit to Houston. You know, right now they're staying in the game, continue to attack the rim and try to get to the free throw line. And defensively, they continue to be aggressive. We aren't seeing any full court pressure right now except on the ball.
Coach said it, you know, this team, they don't have any quit in them, and he loves that about them. They just have not been able to put 40 minutes together. They've tended to have a quarter that has really hurt them.
We talk a lot about continuity with your roster, and injuries and transfers really impact that continuity.
Injuries on top of it, and they've had plenty of them. They'll head back home. They'll face Oklahoma State at home this next week, and then they'll head to Baylor. And for Utah, a quick turnaround. They have a game Tuesday already, and it's at Baylor and then at TCU, two of the top teams in the Big 12.
Two really good teams with great post play. So they're going to really rely on that interior defense and offense against those two opponents.
Good hustle, extra effort by Cook to stay on the offensive boards and give them another chance. Ogman can't finish, and again, it's tipped out. This time it was Love to McFarland. Love the kick out. Cook, shot off the mark. Love with the save.
Good hustle by Love.
Yeah, sure is.
Both teams, the effort from both teams is at a high, and I really appreciate that at this stage in the game.
I do too. You know they're tired. 5 on the shot clock. Love recognizing behind the arc, off the iron, and good box out by Reese Ross.
I love how Samantha Chris runs the floor, now gets that low block position. Again, if you're a guard, Wilkie had the right idea, but you want to wait till that post player is able to establish the low block position so they're on balance when they catch the ball.
Kylie Ray's checking into the game for the Utes. So is Nene So. And there you see the upcoming schedule for Coach Ronald Huey and the Houston Cougars. Oklahoma State at home, then they'll kind of bounce back and forth, home and away.
A lot of depth and parity in this conference.
Yeah, sure is. 2 minutes left in this one. So into the game, and immediately the layup, no. Another chance, yes.
Well, you can tell a crowd and team favorite in Nene So. The coaches have talked about Nene's been working extremely hard in practice and hoping to get more minutes. They're really proud of what she's doing and hoping that she'll be able to bring some productivity to the team in conference play.
Yeah, there's a big difference you can see in her game, watching her in practices just between last year and this year, her first season coming in out of Northeastern Oklahoma A&M. Just a huge, huge difference for the 6'8" senior out of Brussels, Belgium.
Utah in a little bit of a zone right now. Let's see if Houston could hit in the middle of the floor.
A much-needed bucket, Layla Blair. Again, saw so much of her early on and then not so much late in the game. Gets that one to go. This is only the third time these two teams have met up, and it has been quite some time. They first met up back in '86 and then in '88 again. That's a long time ago, Angela.
A lot of basketball has been played between those two times.
Yep, they split the difference. Both winning at home.
We were like, what, 3 or 4 years old at that stage?
We were so young. We were so young back then.
I can't remember the 80s.
It was a long time ago. Trying to get it into So again. Help D coming over, and So trying to do everything she can to not bring it down. And a whistle and a foul will be the call. So fighting hard to not give up a jump ball. Utes will hit the road in the conference at Baylor, at TCU. That will be interesting. They'll face Kansas here at home, and then they'll head down the road just a ways to BYU, bouncing back and forth, in Arizona coming in. A familiar foe out of the Pac-12 now in the Big 12.
Right, in that game against TCU, for these veteran players on Utah squad, they'll have some familiarity with Sedona Prince, who's playing extremely well for TCU.
Oh, you got that right. That is going to be a lot of fun. The former Oregon Duck. The extra pass, left corner, won't go, and so with the rebound. Ball tipped, and trying to track it down was Grace Foster, and she couldn't quite get there. So again, Houston still scrappy.
And that's one of the things that Coach Hugh talked about, was playing 40 minutes hard at both ends and executing as much as possible. They haven't been able to put 4 quarters together. They've played well in 1 quarter. And defensively, I think that they had a great defensive effort for the majority of this game.
Yeah, I do too. And you hope that they can get a little more depth. And I know there's a few players that they're not going to get back, but they continue to get healthy with this group and get a little bit more consistency with their rotation.
Yeah, just keep competing.
Yep. Shot won't go, and the rebound down to Alyssa Blank. I think it might be her birthday today.
Happy birthday.
No, I believe it is.
It's nice to get a win on your birthday.
That'll do it. Another win